Hi, my awesome people. This is a privilege for me to be able to be the one that is going to be speaking to you today on the 1 year anniversary of amazing company that is created, championed by God, an amazing set of people that are found in the place of my own Pastor Femi Apidwe and Mrs. Apidwe. Net space is home for me. It's something that really I so much treasure the brain behind it, and I want to treasure the mission and the assignment that this platform, this company stands for. And in this 1 year anniversary, it's amazing to see how a system of reflection, a system of culture, a system that is starting how it's going to happen when 100 years, 200 years is going to be birthed. And I want to say that it's so thoughtful of the CEO and the chairman of this company to make a celebration, and I mean celebration, of the small wins that is coming in, with the assurance that big wins are already coming. I'm not waving on that. I don't doubt that this next phase has come to stay, and it's going to be a global company that is headquartered in Nigeria in a short while. And while we have this 1 year anniversary, I will not want to take my eyes off some people that have been able to put their effort. Some people joined by just association, some people joined by invitation, some people joined because they believe in this, in the system, the culture, the value that the company stands with. And that's amazing for me. I would have preferred for me to be speaking right now physically, just like I do, but I couldn't do that because of a lot of real work that has been on my neck since this year started. Possibly as you are listening to me right now, I'm somewhere in Lekki with some set of school leaders doing what I'm doing with my mouth, with my brain, and the grace that God has given me. Okay, so I have a short charge on this occasion, and going forward, I have a short charge for everyone. And permit me, because one of the most important things in real estate is sales. In fact, if you ask me what establishes real estate companies or real estate businesses, is sales. Remove sales, every other strategy, idea, office, glamour, glitz, and everything. When someone is not buying land, there is nothing you can do. In fact, you are limited if you cannot get the sales code. And that's one of the things that I personally always emphasize, that sales is a code. If you can decode what we bring together to short people, so that there are many people that likes what sales bring, but only few have access to it. And so every time you run a real estate business, or you are part of a real estate business as a realtor, as investor, one of the things that must be established is the sales code, or the sales system, the model at which we sell the land. Without an established model, every other activity is a waste. And so this is the reason why, even this my short charge is on that. I'm here to speak to everyone on how to sell, especially when it looks as if people are not buying. How do I sell? How do I crack this code? I've been trying to push this property since August or July last year, and it looks as if I've not been able to sold a plot of land. Or maybe I sold a couple of plots last year, and this year I'm trusting God to double the size. I would like to come from this angle that says that, when you are selling, or when you have a product to sell, and it looks as if the number of people that are buying are low, It is time to be very critical, and it is time to be very, very factual about what to do. What to do. So quickly, I always have these 4 scenarios for anybody that is selling anything. And in case you are here, you are not just selling the real estate properties, you also have your own business that you want to improve the sales. I personally, at some point in my consulting work, I needed clients in the area that I focused on, and because I needed clients, I started to sit down to research about it. Sales is needed by everybody. Don't deceive yourself by thinking you don't need sales. You need to establish your sales model, and you need to establish your sales to ensure that you remain in business. Very, very important. So at some point in my line of business, I discovered that, oh my God, I think the most important thing that I need right now is sales. So I had to be coming up with different sales models, and under the models that I personally have developed, that's where I come up with this one that I want to quickly share with you. And I know that somebody here is going to run with this, and you are really going to make a difference in the next 1 month. I tell you, 1 month. I always have a target for myself, a 1 month target, and then I have another 6 month target in my line of business. The line of business that I do is different from, the real estate, but I also function in the real estate space, and I've been able to use this model to convince someone or different people to be able to buy not even 2 million naira plot of land. They were able to buy 35 million, 40 million naira building. Now, when you have a product that you are selling, and the product, it looks as if people are not buying, there are 4 scenarios that are actually playing on you. And one of the things I want to achieve in this, my short session, is to first let you be aware of these scenarios and what you should do about them. There are 4 things that are really working, not really against you, but maybe out of ignorance or maybe sheer will. And then you just feel, I think I know how to make this thing work. But really, if you will listen to me and pay attention to me, I think you need to begin to look into this area. No, but I know that you are very good, or you are trying to push your product on air. You are trying to put it on social media, you put it on Instagram or Facebook, you even do sponsored posts and a lot of things. But before that, I want you to clarify by working on this model that I'm about to share. There are 4 scenarios that are playing to whatever it is that you are selling, and it looks as if people are not buying. Number 1, the key part, is when people are willing, but they don't have the ability to buy. You are not really going to make sales if all that is happening to you is in this number 1 scene. In other words, you have willing people. They always ask you a question about it. When you speak to them, you can see their energy when you talk to them. And then by the time you are sharing the idea, you are sharing the business, you are sharing the product with them, you can see in their faces that yes, they want to buy. The only problem is that they are not able to buy. When you tell them that your plot of land is 2.5 million, they looked at themselves and said, if I have 2.5 million right now, I don't think I'm going to buy a land. I possibly will go and do something else. And when you have people like this, they are not talking because they are wicked. You see, that's the truth. They are not talking because they are bad. They are just telling you the statement of fact, their reality currently. So that's the first scenario. If all the people you are targeting are people in this category, you are not likely going to sell. That's the first. The second is when people that are able to buy, they have the money, they have the capacity, they can buy your product, they can buy that property from you, but they are not willing. Yes, you are going to have that also. They are not willing at all. They are not willing. Possibly because, they've done it before, and then they were victim of fraud, they were victim of, they were defrauded, and then because of that, they made up their mind and they shut their mind to say that no to anything. If you come around and you want to say, and you want to sell anything, I'm not likely going to listen to you. If this is your reality, you are in that category also. You will find out that if you don't practice some steps, you are not really going to get sales. The third one is when people that buys real estate or the product that you sell, when they don't know you. No matter what you are offering, no matter the product, you are selling the houses, you are selling construction, you are selling plot of land, you're selling, no matter what you sell, there are people that are buying currently. I tell you the truth. There are people that buy. When you put it to them, you don't need to talk too much because they buy. They buy whatsoever. See, if you have a product at the back of your mind, and then you have been on this research for a long time to know the people that can buy and people that cannot buy, and then you discover that there are people are not buying it. It's time to speak to someone. It's time to talk to a coach like me to be able to, well, possibly, let's see how the possibility. But I want you to understand that no matter the product that you have, I tell you, let me give you a very practical example. You know, I was about acquiring a tool that I use in my line of work. It's a tool that we use to teach robotics. And the person was just so happy because by the time I transferred, and she told me that she was about quitting the work, that because she felt that people were not buying. I said, that's not true. There are people buying. There are people that buys your product. The only problem is when the people that buy, I'm not talking about people, when the people that buy such product that you have don't know you. If they don't know you, your story will still remain the same. If it is property that you are selling, you will look at the general people, or you will look at your surrounding, your environment, your society, and you are going to think that, oh, who will drop 5 billion naira for property? I tell you the truth. One of the ways you know some people that buy properties is the fact that, you know, they possibly don't have an elaborate life. You know, you don't see them in this glamorous thing. They just use some things. The way they even come, they don't come as if they are so rich. They are just there, they just camouflage. But what they do, the kind of property the kind of CFO that is in their closets, you will be shocked the number and the size. They buy. So when you walk up to people like that, or if you are lucky that those people know you, you will notice that you are on your way to sales massively. That's the third scenario. When you have people that buys what you sell but they don't know you, sales will still go wrong because people only buy from who they know, who they trust. Very, very important. So if I don't know you, even though I buy property, if I don't know you, I'm not likely going to buy from you. The fourth scenario is that when people that knows you don't buy properties. See, let me make you understand something. If you are here for property sales, it is easier, far more easier, better, permit my English, it is easier to sell to someone that has bought property before than to sell to a first timer. Oh my God. So when people that knows you don't buy, they don't buy properties, they don't buy the product that you sell. You know, I sell beer. Let me assume that I'm working with maybe Nigeria breweries, and then I'm a deacon in my church, and virtually all my circle, everybody in my circle are from my church, and I'm approaching them to come and buy beer. It is time for me to understand that the people that knows me don't buy what I sell. They don't buy it. So I need certain things, and these are the four scenarios. Anybody in my coaching work, anybody that finds it difficult to sell, even though the product is viable, is in one of these four. It's not because you're on Facebook, on Instagram, these four things are happening to you, and it is time for you to be able to find a solution, and I mean solution to that first scenario. So if you have a situation where you have someone that is willing but is not able, I will want to state a reality of fact. You need to be less dependent on those people. It is time to step out and to begin to look for people that are able. Because no matter your effort, no matter your marketing effort, no matter your explanation, no matter what you say to them, no matter what, they will hear you, they will even hail you, they will pray for you. The only challenge is that they don't have the money. They don't have what it takes to give you. It's not, see, when you are doing business or you are in sales, you don't need to be sentimental. You have to be more realistic. You have to be very, very realistic about things. Because if you are not realistic about things, it's going to really affect you. So I know that you like those people. You will like them to also own their own properties. The only challenge is that possibly the things that they do currently cannot give them the kind of income that will be able to make things work. Another thing you can do in this situation is that you can begin to look at payment plan that can suit them, or having to give them the mindset of investment. Yes, so that if he's still making 30,000 naira, he can drop 30k, on a monthly basis like that, as a savings plan that will help, and then create a bulky money that can be used on the property. Another thing you can do is to begin to work on their business mindset, so that they can now do big businesses that can help them to make big money, and then they can invest. The second category of people are the people that are able, they have money, they've not been buying property, but they have money to buy. The only challenge is that they are not willing. These ones are the ones that you need to begin to work on critically. You need to begin to work sincerely, and you need to make sure that you are showing up in their faces in a controlled way. You are showing up in their faces in a controlled way. First thing, where are they? You need to sit down and look at it. Where are people that are able? People that are able. I was speaking to someone, and then we were talking about, it was a coaching session that I was having with him, and by the time we started talking, and then we clarified, one of the things that we did was that we clarified his target customers. And then we discovered that his target customers cannot be employees in a company. Instead, it has to be employers. So that makes one small businesses that are selling very high, the major target. And the next thing, how the person, when that clarity came, the next line of thought was what surprised me. He just thought to himself. He said, wow, as we are just saying it right now, I just discovered that I know a lot of people that run restaurants and these mama puts. Said, in fact, I met one of them in a bank the day I went to make deposit. Said she came to make deposit of 6 million naira cash in the bank. I said, wow. I said, so why haven't you presented your product to this person? Said, that's the problem. I don't even know how to start. That is where the work lies. You need to begin to target this kind of people. I know you have a lot. In fact, you don't need to do anything to have willing people around you. You don't need to do it. Just the people we went to university together, our colleagues, our classmates, a lot of people like that. No doubt about it, you can have some people that are willing to buy from you, who are also able to buy, because that is where you are going in the first two scenarios. So, however, if you have able people, most of the able people that you know may not be willing to buy at first. Why? Because they know your story. They know who you are. They know how you are still trying to make ends meet. And because of that, and they look at the amount of money that they have to drop initially and some other things like that. So because of this, number one, you need to work on the force of consistency to them. When you talk to someone for the first time, he's not likely going to listen to you. Either the person is close or far from you. He's not likely going to listen to you. The second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth, the person now begins to listen. The only challenge about it, the reason why people don't prospect or why people don't speak at the fifth instance is because a lot of people want to talk to people about the product. They don't want to also put themselves into consideration. Let me make you understand. Anybody that is able but is not willing to buy is able to buy but is not willing to buy. The first problem is the fact that the person is not willing to buy your product, and is not also willing because he has not seen your person. So as a realtor, as somebody that wants to make sales this year or in the next 3 months, you must have the ability to put yourself in your product. Yourself must be your product, because people don't buy product, people buy people. You must put yourself in the product before presenting again. Before you take up the presentation again, you must try as much as possible to put yourself in the face of the people. Please, this one is the one that I want you to really work on. The The third scenario is when the people that are buying property don't know you. And what you should do is the fact that you should try as much as possible to put yourself, you should try to locate the people that are buying. Locate them wherever they are, whoever they are, wherever they have been, whatever it is that they do. You need to locate the people that buy. You need to find them out. You need to check them out. But who are the set of people that buy properties in this city? Who are the set of people that buy properties in, other cities? Locate where they are, and then begin to project yourself. Begin to project yourself to be able to push things to them. Sales becomes easy when you are so specific about location, target, and how to get them. Sales becomes easy when you are so specific about location, target. There are people buying real estate as we are talking. Some people in the last 2 weeks, some people have sold more than 5 plots. And the reason why they are selling it is it's not because they know how to really package it or they have sweet mouth. I check the highest sales in some company, real estate company, people that sells the most. I discovered that they don't really have fine faces. I'm telling you, what they have that is working for them is that they know people that buys properties. While people know people that buy food, people know people that buy cars, people know people that buy other things. These ones know people that buy property, and the people that buys property knows them. So my charge to you today is to walk around these things that I've said. I have a lot to share, but just permit me. You can subscribe. This that I'm sharing with you is one of the module in my 7-part module course that I titled Boost Your Sales video course. If you can have it, I'm telling you the truth, it's going to really, really be amazing. I'm serious, I'm telling you, it's going to be very, very amazing for everyone. One more time, I want to appreciate my own Pastor Femi Abidui. I want to appreciate the wife. I want to appreciate the realtors, everyone that is working together to make Next Space a home and a place that we know and has come to be established. Happy anniversary, my people. I wish I was here to be able to enjoy the hangouts and some other things like that. But see you later. Thank you very much.